Alright, making sure to... Okay, refresh. Put the symbols. There we go. Alright, so while we wait for some people to join in, I see one person already joined. Welcome to the stream, whoever joined in. I can't really keep track on like who's the current viewer and stuff. But yeah, as you can see, we still kind of like got a whole big list, and slowly, one by one, I'm gonna add like, if I was a person that was in charge of a lot of these movesets, let me move that by. Good day, the Dogi, and welcome, weird person. I don't know why you say yellow. I'm more of a pink, blue, purple kind of guy. Good day, sketch artist. So, yeah, what we're gonna be doing here this time around is that we're gonna be taking basically one of each law, and I'll give them one ideal character if I ever have the chance to like put up one character. Most of them, like a couple of them are freshly new, some of them are like cancelled or scrapped, which is usually like the most upsetting part. Some barely exist, but most importantly, I'm still gonna like look through like each of the Law series and put one gist session each of them like hidden from like a layer that I put down. I'm on paint.net, by the way, so hence why I've got like this whole setup going. So hopefully everyone's ready so we can actually get this thing started. So starting off, we got the OG Law from the original Law that started the whole thing. There's not a whole lot going on for the Law all in the main line, as most of it, as the creator is more focused in the Mortal Kombat What If stuff, which personally I should make one myself, but I do not know how to like start. I did put up like a small poll with like Team 1 being Captain Ginyu with Drama as a cameo. Welcome Solar Dude, welcome Jeter, and the Team 2 being the Demo Man with May as their cameo. But yeah, for the OG, if it like still like if whenever Shin ever get back to it, I would just suggest for OG Law to be Walter White from Breaking Bad. Because I have seen like a couple of referencing of like the Breaking Bad with like Jesse in like the Mortal Kombat What If. So Walter White definitely feel like a character that would definitely like fit into the OG Law category by any means. Especially since Walter White and Breaking Bad is pretty much a meme at this point. Good to see everyone joining by. 13 viewers, that's a good number. So yeah, already off to a pretty good start so far with Walter White. Feel free to share your opinion on like if you're like sort of agree or think it's like a good, decent enough choice overall. Most of these are set based on my personal opinion, so these are my speculation. I have been like looking through a lot of these team rosters, like from videos from the Ultimate Law Wikipedia, So basically, kind of like an overly stuffed stuff. Reminder: I won't be here for long since you got a Roblox animation to work on. Uh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, if people are busy, that's fine. I'm not gonna like hold everyone hostage here. I'm not gonna be like, you're gonna be staying here and watching one video. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not twisted. But yeah, for OG Law, that would be for Walter White. That's my personal pick. Um, so next one is like, this one's definitely one of the more sadder kind of thing, because for those that remember, YTP Guy, the last video he did was like several, like long years ago. I believe it was like around decades ago. And we still haven't really, he said like kind of disappeared. I'm assuming he like said not interested and like wanted to start a new channel. I don't know what, hope things go alright with him. But yeah, YTP Guy 17 Lawl. Definitely a lot of like a whole mishmash of characters going to work with. Yeah, like there's not really much of a theme to go off of, but definitely a lot of more like high stake character, like character that you like most likely like appear popular at the time, like old YTP source sets of character. Interesting. Also, you have a few, yeah, a couple of like, yeah, I do have like a couple of character Crossup. Most of them are like character I couldn't really like think up for, like I don't really like. Some of the character roster is like so cluttered with a character that it's like really hard to tell which theme to really put on, so it makes it like difficult to really tell which character would fit well. But yeah, for YTB Guy, if he ever was still around, a character I would just set for him would be Egon Spengler from Ghostbuster, because it does seem like a good pick given the source of like old school character from like old movies and stuff. And Egon does seem like the better pick for them. I know there's like a lot of Ghostbuster characters you could probably put in there, but Egon seemed like the more logical pick for me, since he is the brain and he does make the gadget, and a lot of those gadgets could definitely be good for like moveset potential from the good day best version of Hercules. Yep, an interesting pick. They're back in town. Alright, so that's for me for YTP Guy. If he was ever still around, that would be an ideal for a moveset for him. Next up is ARL. This one was originally a little bit tricky for me, since a lot of his roster are like well, not YTP. A lot of his roster with like Team Fortress 2 characters, and a few other choices. Like there was the Michael Jordan one, which is like a good move back then. How come the Law have accent? Oh, well, like I said, some of the characters have like very tough to really pin down roster, so I couldn't really like figure out which character would fit well for some of them. It was like a pretty tough choice overall, so I just kind of said left them X'd out. I had like other trouble trying to figure out other Law series around the time. Like I've been looking through YouTube, but I couldn't really like find too much. So sorry if I like missed out on a couple of characters. Yeah, I can't forget about the Spectre. But yeah, for ARL, given the fact that we are sticking with the theme of the character from a Valve game, like Team Fortress 2, I figure for ARL, if he was ever still around, I would suggest Shell from Portal to be up and another contender for the roster. Because Shell is a good day, Amira. Good to see you on the stream. But yeah, for Shell in ARL, I could definitely see Shell using not just the portal gun, but a few other aspects from portal. Like she could have like placeable turret gun, or like use the companion cube in some way. It does seem like something that would fit well with the overall theme of ARL, having a whole bunch of like Team Fortress 2 character and a lot of like Valve related characters. So yeah. Even though like most of the time most people will probably say that the best that Shell could really do is to use the portal, but you think, yeah, Gordon Freeman could also work for ARL. That would probably be like my second pick as well for the list. So yeah, or maybe a secondary character from. Well, I don't really know what G-Man will really do. He's a kind of like, you'll probably be better off as like the announcer rather than a character in the moveset department. Next is the one that everyone keeps forgetting exists, Lawl X. And yeah, I know that most of the stuff are like kind of outdated, could use an update and such. So but I can't really be like too cruel. I mean, he does make some good stuff at least. Like, there's a few decent moveset to work with, he got going on, including like the movie Robotnik one. That was a good one at least. But yeah, most of the stuff could probably go on. But in terms of character, I would just suggest for Law, like if I could put in a character for Law X, my suggested character would be Bihan from Mortal Kombat, mainly because as of currently, he's kind of like doing a whole lot of like. There was a couple of Bihan related stuff, so I figure he would probably like add him on. But it wouldn't really be like. It'd probably be like sort of similar to how I did Drawman from the Mortal Kombat Dead Alliance. So kind of like give him like some extra work to make this fighting game character work well. A lot of like freeze related attack could be like used to spice it up. You could add like extra some detail, like how long the cooldown would be, or like how most of the Isu could link to like linking combos and stuff, which could definitely work well for a character like Sub-Zero, especially given on how Mortal Kombat have definitely changed over there. So I could definitely see Bihan being a member of Law X, even though I don't even know if like I think Law X is still going, just like in a very slow pace because of how much things need to be updated from the old era. Let's see. Toon Jax was in the old roster, but was cut later and thus never returned, unlike Augie. Oh yeah, I guess there was like Toon Jax, so I guess I couldn't like I guess I kind of like skimped out on that. Well, nobody really would talk about the anime show. I wasn't like about to put Toon Raiden somewhere, but I kind of like just kind of forgot about that. I don't know which series it was though, but yeah. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the Agito could like find a way to make Bihan work. Or at least he could just call him Sub-Zero, but mostly Bihan, since it does seem like the overall fitting theme. Next is Law Orius, the very popular Law Orius. And for my suggestion for that series, we'll go to Toon Nico Bellic by Nico Play, because that is copyright. I'm gonna have to skip that. That yeah, that's probably also copyright, so let's put that there. Man, I hate this fucking Atlantic level from Kingdom Hearts. But anyway, to Nico Bellic from from the Only Play video, like the very old classic Only Play video from like back when Flash was like a very old thing. Law Dimension, don't forget. Yeah, I think I probably did forget about that. Sorry. Like I said, I've been kind of like scurrying around for every video and like every source I could work with to make this list, and I didn't want to like waste too much time on like something like this. Yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, to Nico Bellic, I figure given the fact that Orius does have like a whole bunch of like Flash character for some like old era internet days and like even modern era today, I figured to Nico Bellic would be a pretty solid choice. So because it's such a very entertaining video that it's kind of like a part of a piece of history. Octific, I wish this there was service still, but new to Discord, didn't have the rule. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, originally it was gonna go to like Frieza from that other Only Play video, Dragon Z Ball BP or something, whatever it's called. But I didn't really figure there was like a whole lot to work with, so I said went with two Nico Bellic instead. Who knows? It probably like mix in a whole bunch of other like stuff from there. So yeah, Law Galaxy is up next. Yeah, Dragon's Ball P. That's the one. And the sequel to that. That's the that's probably also. There we go. Kingdom Hearts is just like, I love the soundtrack, but it's kind of hard to keep track with them sometimes. He could freely work as a assistant from shooting a superpower rubber band. Yeah, that could probably, I could definitely see him. What's the order follow here? From oh, by the way, good day, Skeptic. From top corner to bottom corner, basically, from like the top left to the bottom right of the list. So Law Galaxy is up next. So for Law Galaxy, I will put in, and there's already like a lot of characters in Law Galaxy that that could make a pretty good moveset. I mean, the guy does make some pretty good work after all. But if I had to like suggest a character, I would say a Chowder would probably be the pick for Law Galaxy. Because a lot of the characters in his roster are usually from like cartoon show from the 2000 era. And like, even though it's like a couple of like exception, like with Papyrus and the bootleg Sonic character and Mario character, a good chunk of them are from like old cartoon of the classic era. And given how like enjoyable Chowder is for a show, I would definitely say Chowder be like a good pick for Law Galaxy to go alongside the other character like Sunny or the XJ9 or even that Rex fella from Generation Rex. So you can also have like some other character, like you could definitely have like Mungo be included as well. Everyone loved Mungo. Chowder. Law Prime is up next, and for my suggestion for Law Prime, that would go to Buzz Lightyear, because a lot of the character do include a lot of the famous movie setup, which include you take the moon and you take the sun. A lot of the DreamWorks movie characters, including Shrek, the Megamind, Wall-E, Alex the Lion, a good set of characters from mostly popular films. So I figured Buzz Lightyear would definitely be like the most fitting one. I know he did appear in that one Law, but I haven't really heard from anything. I don't even think Woody's in my Discord server anymore, which is like definitely upsetting. So, but yeah, I don't think there have been any update on the Law series that Buzz was originally from. So, I figured Law Prime could like have Buzz if he ever like, if they ever like. I would probably give Kim Possible to Law Galaxy since she does fit into a Galaxy and come from the two. I mean, yeah, there is also that, but I'm pretty sure that Kim Possible is already set up in like another Law somewhere. I believe it was like Law Toonami that have like Kim Possible. A bit late, but I could see Chowder fitting in Law Nova. Oh, speaking of Law Nova, that's the next thing. Now, I did have like, given that Law Nova does have like plenty of character from like many different things. Some from like show from the 2000s or 2010s. Got some downtime at work, so I mean, good. Welcome aboard. Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I'm only like making this shift because there haven't been any updates to Law All Star to my knowledge. So Stitch could also work too. Yeah, I guess that's also true. Anyway, for Law Nova, if I were to put up a suggestion for Law Nova, my best guess would be Neo Cortex from Crash Bandicoot. More particularly the Twin Sanity era of the Neo Cortex. The not the modern version, but more so the old PlayStation 2 era style of Neo Cortex. Cause he does have like a couple of video game characters after all, and Neo Cortex from Twin Sanity does seem like it fits the vibe of like a lot of the overall wacky nature of a lot of characters. It would be a great choice, especially when we talk about Twin Sanity version. Yeah, that's accurate. Yeah, definitely one of the more perfect choice for this one. Also, I recommend you check out some of the stuff that that can help be like inspiration, like by NPC Carson, because he got some great music video with Cortex, using the audio clip from the PlayStation 2 era. Meta, I don't really have like an idea who would include. There's like not a whole lot of character in that roster, and it was one of these stuff that like set up in the PlayStation and the YouTube search for Law series, and like even got a Law Ultimate Wiki up, but not really a whole much to work with. I'm pretty sure this series was kind of dead over in the water. Chowder and Shell Iron Law Crystal Liquid. I didn't really see it, so I probably missed out, sorry. I also wanted to never see Buzz and Law Prime. Yeah, because that does seem like... I'm pretty sure that one, the, yeah, I guess I kind of missed out on Law Crystal. Again, I've been like kind of like setting this up, so sorry if it feels like Rush and I kind of like forgot a couple of series. Finding a series is like finding hay in a needle. If you don't know it very well, then there's a good chance you're kind of like there's a lot to miss out on. Anyway, Law Retro is next, And for Law Retro, I would put out Shell Set is out, but Chowder is still being worked on. Okay, I'll probably have to like take a look at it then. Again, I kind of like had like some trouble looking for as much as I can. Anyway, for Law Retro, I would put up Johnny Bravo, because a lot of the character are like most of the character in Law Retro are from like the classic 90s era of like shows and like media and stuff from that decade. Law so retro. So I figure I would put Johnny Bravo there. It might not be the most fitting choice, but given the fact that there was like a whole bunch of like old 90s set character, Johnny Bravo was the character I could really think of for this particular series. Do the monkey with me. Yeah, Johnny Bravo was a pretty classic show back then. I feel like it does deserve a lot of like attention. Law Cassette is next, and given the fact that it does feature a lot of like DOS related character, oh, Johnny Bravo is another. Yeah, he's been in like plenty of empty slots. I'm surprised he haven't been like selected yet. Good day, Master Mark. For Law Cassette, my choice, if this would be like a suggestion for Moira, but for my choice, I would say for Cassette, Game Gallery Mario from the Mario Game Gallery scene. Kind of a crazy choice, I know, Mari, but I don't even know if I'm saying that name correct. But given the fact that you had like a whole bunch of like DOS and PC related character on there, so which include like Dr. Reflex, the that one character from the I am not good with the freaking names of the that one with the big hippo fella, and the Hugo series. I figure that Mario would be like my personal pick. Like you can definitely see him like using a lot of the games for some of the moveset, and you probably be good enough to like make a good amount of sprites for him. Hammer did suggest them in the first empty select. Well, that's quite an interesting. Sorry, yeah, I can't speak correctly. I'm gonna drink my lemonade real quick. Finally enough, I just see Game Gear in Mario, either a hammer or opposed to. Yeah, there we go. I think Mario Game Gallery is more LOTL core. Well, I probably like wouldn't move that, but like I said, this is my personal opinion. This is my own suggestion based on like what I think. So feel free to like correct me if like that case. Speaking of which, Throw Some Zone Law Z is up next, and I figure for a lot of the old reference character, I would think that for Throw Some Law Z, I would probably suggest Fred Flintstone from the Flintstone, cause of course we got Shaggy, we gotta have Fred in there. Mario, go fish. Mario got another turn. But yeah, given the fact that there's like Shaggy, Shredder, a whole bunch of like old era from like I believe the 70s or geez, you're gonna go on with that with Alan Mendelsohn? Okay, yeah, you probably need. But yeah, Fred Flintstone for the throw some. And it does seem like a good choice since it is an old era cartoon character that will definitely fit well with the other character. He was a huge Flintstone fan. That's good to hear. Yabba dabba doo. Flintstone granddad. Well, yeah, I think I picked the perfect choice for throw some Law Z. Next, Crack Brothers, I didn't really know. I mean, it's the same company that made the El Neon series, and even then, I couldn't really tell you what character will really fit well for that Law. So that's a character I would probably like put off until I could get like a good clearance. So I don't know what to put for Law Crack Brothers. Sidestep is next, and I so recently discovered Sidestep, which is like put up some pretty good stuff on the most recent Law series. Looking at the roster though, it does seem like there's a lot of like anime character and a few game character as well. Like there was like one for like that cat game. I cannot speak correctly. But for low sidestep, I would probably suggest, in my personal pick, Go-Go Matsumoto from Punch Punch Forever, the anime series, which is pretty pretty much a funny anime series in general. Bring back a Daft Punk in El Neo. Yeah, that would be nice to see. But yeah, I believe that Go-Go would probably work well in the concept of the roster. If you guys seen Punch Punch Forever, it's a really entertaining show. That's a satire of like Japanese anime in the most hilarious way possible. A lot of hilarious references here and there, so it's a pretty fun show. For real, homeboy? Have any of you heard the credit song of the Flintstone movie on NES? I don't know if I really heard the credit song. I know there was like an unused level song that was pretty smooth sounding. But yeah, that's my suggestion for like Sideswipe, the Go-Go Matsumoto. Next is Law Transform. I literally did a tier list of like the empty slot contender for that one. It was suggested from the Q&A on my Discord channel. Hey, is that Go-Go? Yeah, that is Go-Go Matsumoto from Punch Punch Forever. I was talking about that for like a couple of seconds. Next up is Law Transform, and for Law Transform, it was definitely a hard pick, but I ultimately went with Chester Cheetah from the Cheetos commercials. Like the old Cheetos commercial, not the modern live action one. But like the old Cheetos sets, because I figure it would be like a fitting rival for the M&M's duo, instead of like picking like something like. It was definitely a tough pick, but I ultimately went with the another snack-based product to go alongside the other snack-based product. It's like M&M's versus Cheetos. Kind of interesting, that I couldn't really think of any character that fit the overall theme of the like movies or the anime series. So I still went with the best pick for one of the particular contender, which is like the overall set for snacking. Yeah, he also got this Genesis game, which could definitely be handy for his moveset. I can definitely see that working well for Chester Cheetah. Chester Cheetah, Orion, Law, no name. I guess I kind of forgot about that series. Well, again, I haven't really been like getting much luck, getting as much as I can. I mean, heck, some of the logos are pretty much already like kind of difficult to like crop out and like stuff. So the more I keep forgetting, the more like, yeah. Anyway, we'll get down to that. Oh yeah, I got like some Kingdom Hearts music in the background. I figured it'd be fitting for like for today. I usually said put soundtrack of games I really enjoy. That always have the best soundtrack. I would put like Final Fantasy X, but I don't know if that like have like copyright on it. Probably not odd, but we'll see next time I do stream. Even though I'm kind of like gonna need like a break from stream to like until I manage to get Jamba moveset done finally. Since I do manage to like get some more idea on what to work with for his moveset. Share another character, that Agi. Yeah, I kind of figured Agi. Next up, low XP. Couldn't really think of a moveset that was like. Couldn't really think of a character for said character. Are we doing non-UTL too? I don't know what UTL mean, but I meant most of the characters are set from like. They're either famous on the internet, on YouTube, and set solely on YouTube. Like, I don't take character from, like, that are, like, wiki exclusive from the fandom wikia. That's already, like, crowded enough as it is. Next is Law Beatdown, everyone's favorite Law series. And for that, I would say, Ultimate Tier List. I didn't really see the ultimate tier list, but I mean, most of these icons are from like. That is copyright. That is. Let's see, we can move that down to here. Alright. But yeah, I think some of the characters are from ultimate tier list, but it's kind of like. Hard to tell. I mean, most of the icon I said plucked from myself from like images, not from the tier list itself, but said handmade images. As you can see, which like some of them be like full, some of them have like marking from the thing. But yeah. Yeah, Law, Meteorite, X, Tsunami, they're not on the ultimate tier list, so yeah, they're counts as well. Yeah, so we're including them. But anyway, Law Beatdown. For Law Beatdown, I would probably suggest Professor Oak from Pokemon, because after all, you got Gary, you gotta have like the other guy from the Pokemon series, the other Chad of the Pokemon show. And Professor Oak does seem like he got like a couple of things to work with in terms of making a moveset. Like, he definitely have like a lot of history in the Pokemon universe that could definitely work in his favor in terms of moveset potential. Yep, Professor Oak, that's the guy right there. He could probably even be like a good rival for Gary Oak as well. He's literally the announcer. Yeah, I know he's the announcer, but he would get promoted. mean, why said like he could probably be more than said the voice. He could definitely have a lot to work with. So that's my personal pick. If you want, I could give you a list of all the Ultimate Tier spin-offs that you're missing after stream. Yeah, that could probably be helpful in like, you could probably just DM me that it on the on Discord. Law Dream is next. Law Dream I had the most trouble with because it does seem like there was like a lot of character that kind of like had a hard time like pinning down, but after a good while of like thinking, my best conclusion I could really think up is for this character, well, for this series I mean, the monkey from Ape Escape, because I figured there was like a couple character from the PlayStation 1 that does manage to work well with the series. Like you do have like Unjammer Lammy and all that stuff. So I figure why not to give him like a decent rival. Similar to like how like PlayStation All-Star Battle Royale, you do have like Spike and Parava battling each other in a rival match. So I could probably see the Piper that could like, yeah, they would have like plenty of stuff to work with from plenty of games that could definitely work well for the monkey to have in the game, in Law Dream. Especially when you have him like be rival to Unjammer Lammy. I was originally gonna go with Sackboy, but that'd probably be like too head-on, like too much to like the original Smash Brother copy game, like PlayStation All-Star. So I said went with the character that probably definitely deserved a bit more. Plus, you definitely got like a large variety of like palette swap that could like change the pants, the eyes, all that stuff. Probably even give him like cosmetic if you like. The monkey. Monkey. No Asbleh here. I don't know what that is. Crossup is next. And I think for Crossup, the character I went with there would be Hades, since he's one of the characters that might need like a remade on the Law community. I know that he's in Law X, that's for sure. But I figure there could be like a lot you could add for Hades, especially when you want to make him like a rival to Dr. Facilier. And yeah, he was planned on Nexus early, but I kind of like scrapped him after like I figured it probably wouldn't be like too much of a good idea to simply take what was already existing in one Smash Brother game, well, Smash Brother clone game, and then it's like convert it into like a shorter like type of game. But yeah, I figure Hades would probably get like a remake in Crossup, you know, if you want to like if the person wants to make their own personal spin on Hades. Like you could probably like take some stuff from the Hercules TV show that was like that would probably like, well, yeah, it did air. The Hercules animated show was airing, so you could probably have some stuff for Hades. Pooh, get out of here. They share voice actor in Brazil. That's something I did not expect. But yeah, for Crossup, I think Hades would be a decent choice, or at least a good choice actually, given the fact that he does got like a lot of source to work off of. Not just from the movie, but like the animated series as well. Law of the Lost is up next. And for Law of the Lost, I figure I went with Toon Ringo from the Beatles cartoon series. Yes, this was a thing, this existed, there was an animated cartoon based on the Beatles, and I figured Ringo being the Joker would probably fit well, because after all, most of the characters are from also from the early 80s, 70s, most likely 70s sets of character. You got the paper guy, I slide through the crack in the door, and all this stuff. And then you got was this Shockwave his name, the purple one? The purple Transformer? I think it was Shockwave is the name. And then you got that one Elmer Fudd character. Plus you got Yogi Bear, so I could definitely probably see Toon Ringo being my decent pick for Law of the Lost. So many Law characters share voice actor in Brazil. Yeah, I was right, it was Shockwave, so yeah. Have a drumstick instead. Yeah, some people say I'd probably do a good Ringo voice, but I don't really know. That's groovy, man, groovy. So, yeah. For my pick, I would say Toon Ringo. Yeah, I said an out-of-pocket idea. Toon Ringo for Law hashtag. Oh my goodness. Alright, next up is Law Hearts. This one haven't really have a whole lot to work with. I don't know how many moves set on Law Hearts already. But for Law Hearts, I would probably suggest, since there's Metal Sonic, and I think Toon Peach from that Super Mario cartoon was announced or hinted at. My choice are such an enigma, such an X. But yeah, for Law Heart, my idea pick would be Yamcha from the Dragon Ball, OG Dragon Ball, cause you got Kid Goku from there, so might as well put in another oldie from the old Dragon Ball era, because there are a lot of old characters from the 90s, and Dragon Ball was a popular show. So I figure, why not bring in the most jokeable character in the because everyone loved Yamcha, but everyone loved how unlucky Yamcha can get. The losing pose will be the death pose. Yeah, he used to be lying on the ground inside a crater. But yeah, that's my personal idea pick for Yamcha, especially when you're gonna have Kid Goku in the roster. Yo, honestly, I actually love to try my hand on Yamcha moveset. I mean, Yamcha is free. They're most of the characters haven't been collected yet, so these are my suggestion for idea for which particular series would for what each particular series would have if I were to add one of each character in each Law series. Like Jesus Christ. Or even the big guy himself. Top 10 character who right there or lose pose put themselves. Exactly. Law Mad is next. I did have a couple of suggested characters for Law Mad, which include Dale Gribble, and I was hoping Eustace will win the empty slot. But for Law Mad, if I were to put a character on, at least a character not in the empty slot that Law Mad had, But if I were to like slide one extra character in there, it would be, if I could click, the Ice King from the Adventure Time series, because there are definitely a lot of like characters that would definitely like, I still feel like it would kind of work well for Law Mad, as there are a lot of like royalty related characters. You got Jafar, which is like Sultan advisor before turning to a Sultan for like the end of like the Aladdin movie. You got like King Bowser, King Ganondorf. Pretty much a lot of interesting set of characters. So I should figure Ice King will probably like fit well in that regard. I couldn't really think of any like particular YouTuber or like mainstream thing, and I definitely do not want to like look for like any like not safe for work thing, and because you do got like a lot of character, like that one guy with like junk hanging out. I had a sense of that with a like a little YouTube toddler face or something, but yeah. For Law, you were at Corset. I mean, yeah, I could probably like see that well. Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of Adventure Time character that actually does have a moveset, so Ice King would definitely like seem like a good choice to include, especially when you're given the fact that he's like got a lot of stuff to work with, both story wise and like character wise. Next up is Law Assault, and for that, I think for Law Assault I would go with Kitty Catchwell, because there's a lot of like female set characters, like a lot of female character, and to be honest, I don't really care about the Tough Puffy show in general. I think out of everything for the Tough Puppy series, I think Kitty Catchwell is the only thing I would say was is good enough in terms of character design, in terms of like personality and stuff. So I figure Kitty Catchwell could work well for Law Assault. She could probably even be like rival to not so much Tough Puppy, but the Mrs. That one X character. Okay, well, like I said, I didn't really know too much. I don't like, these are just my personal idea based on my speculation. I didn't really like take into consideration. So yeah, I probably didn't like, probably couldn't like do some research, but I could probably like gray that one out then in that case. Oh, I don't know what I grayed out. Hold on, where is? Yeah, let's like gray that one out. Maybe like contrast to it. Yeah, that's yeah. I'm not a mind reader, so it wasn't yeah, I probably didn't really see the stream, so hopefully that'd be the only time I could like made a slip up like that. So DX is next. Law Director Cut is up next, and for that series I went with Akuji the Heartless. I did not put a name there. I could have sworn I did put a name there. Oh, there's the name. I guess I probably forgot to. I figure I put him there because he did the Fibby Ribby character, that one PlayStation character, and there's like a lot of gaming character on there. Some from like a lot of the older era, so I figured why not include another character from the old PlayStation era onto the list. And that where I came up with like Akuji. I actually like completed Akuji, even completed all the retro achievement stuff. It wasn't really easy. I think Akuji was a fine game overall. Better as a hack and slasher than a platformer in my personal opinion. And definitely got like a whole bunch of like pretty tricky bosses and stuff. But let me change that. That song is okay. Okay. There we go. Fitting, I put in the Lilo and Stitch freaking space music. Could we do something after the extra character N, or we said? Well, I don't usually like plan on keeping the stream going, so this is something I said like decided to put in before I could get back to working on jump up moveset. But yeah, for Kuji, he could definitely have like a lot of his attack be based on like the mini magic he performed in the game. Like he could perform some Hell Blast or something, and for up B, he could probably like do his like slashing uppercut thing. So that's my idea pick for Akuji, the Heartless. For Law Ether, I couldn't really think of a character, so didn't really have much to work with on there. Yeah, I figure I bring out a really old PlayStation 1 character from the era. I mean, it's definitely either that or Gex, but I figure Akuji definitely deserves more attention. Law Meteorite is up next, and for Law Meteorite, I did have like a hard time finding roster for them, so I had to like look at the multiple video that person made. So, and ultimately, given the fact that there are like several video game characters on there, I ultimately went with Toon Mega Man from the 90s Mega Man cartoon. You know, the fighting robot. Because I'm pretty sure aside from Dr. Wily, there haven't really been much in terms of like any Mega Man related content. Originally, I was also going to include like a tag team between Cutman and Gutsman from the same show, but most of the characters in Law Midnight usually come from like main protagonists, so I just kind of figure Toon Mega Man would probably work well. You definitely got like a lot of tools that could be used for the for like combat and stuff. Like you definitely like use one of the robot transformation for each of his move, and probably have like Rush be his like a special super fighting robot Mega Man. Yeah, it's a catchy song, even though that's the only set of lyrics for it. Plus, I'm pretty sure Toon Mega Man was kind of long overdue, so fighting to save the world. Speaking of which, Law Toonami is next, and given on the overall roster of like a lot of the shows from like female-centric shows and stuff, like I figured like for a rival and for at least a rival for one of the characters, I ultimately went with the great and powerful Trixie. Unless you could probably like make him an Echo too. I should figure Trixie would probably fit well in Law Toonami as like an antagonistic type character, since every Law series do need like an antagonist of some kind, and I figure for like at least in terms of being Twilight rival in Law Toonami, Trixie would definitely be like the fitting choice. Ancient Ari in the... Nah, I don't think so. I haven't really like checked very well. I don't... I did try to look very closely at each roster, so hopefully I didn't like make a screw up by adding a character that's already in the roster. If I did, then I probably like screwed up badly. But yeah, I'm still thinking that Trixie probably be like a good pick for the Law Tsunami. Especially when you got like she got some idea. Would be pretty fun, not gonna lie. That's good to hear. So down to the last two, although one of them is like gonna be like not much, but next up, Law a Thing 2, or Law Thing 2, as some people would say. For that, I would probably go with the Plague Doctor from Shovel Knight, since there's a lot of like character from indie studio games, like character from like aside from Stack T from Street Fighter, a couple character are from indie titles. So I figure I include one character from one of the more popular indie title. But in case instead of like the regular Shovel Knight, there is the I figure Plague Doctor will probably be like the better pick for the line, because Plague Doctor is a pretty interesting character overall, being a guy who utilized magic and stuff. And then there's Nutcase Mario. I guess there's also that. So yeah, that's a kind of like it. For the last one, that's up to debate. That is for like me to decide who to add next later down the line. Law Infectious. I probably missed that one. I probably didn't see Law Infectious anywhere. But yeah, that's kind of the overall idea. If I were someone to put one character each, I would most likely add one of these guys at some point. I know I probably made one fuck up by not knowing of the personal connection for one of the character, and I know there's like 5 series that kind of like got skimped out. But like I said, it wasn't really easy trying to think of one character from each roster. So hopefully this will be decent enough of a list. Who would you request for my Law card? I have to like look at the roster real quick. Let's see. I mean, I got time, so... YouTube being, like, laggy, of course, or my web browser is lagging me out. Let's see. I don't really know what I would add for your, like, series. The red shirt stock photo guy is high petition. Oh my goodness. Can you request yeah, I don't really know what to really put for your character. You got like a lot of crazy sets of character. It's kind of like hard to tell. We stand the red shirt man. Oh my goodness. But yeah, that's kind of like it from there. That's kind of all I could really think of. Some decent choice, some I had trouble with. Like I said, one I kind of like didn't know ahead of time, so I had to like gray out. But I would say definitely a good enough selection of characters. So I think that would be good for now. I do need to like get down to working on Jumba's moveset now. What as I'm like, I think I'm getting some good work down. Like I am planning on like including Pleakley in one of the moves, or at least have him like be like an assist character that like stand by Jumba's side. But yeah, I hope everyone have a good time. Same thing with upcoming Law. That's kind of like debatable. I mean, it is difficult to like really tell. I know if you know Law and Lease and Law Sparking would create. Yeah, I would include them, but they're kind of like discontinuing. They do definitely have like a lot of stuff to work with, so it would probably be like difficult to pinpoint. Hey, at least that means Frieza is free for in case I ever get around to him. But yeah. How about next stream if every Law series had one more fighter? Who would be? That's kind of like up to debate on my end. Not to mention I still have like the other idea of like what character will be an Echo fighter in my series. But yeah, I gotta need to like focus on one thing at a time first. Anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed the stream. I will see you all later on once I get done with Jumba moveset. And chances are you're probably gonna be seeing me like asking to borrow a couple characters from like Disney property for like cameo guests and fighter. Also, yeah. By the way, in case any of you guys make a moveset, feel free to like DM me if you ever want any of my characters to be a cameo, because I do got plenty of characters that we'll work with. I mean, I don't really know what you're getting at, but yeah. Anyway. Every Law franchise represented by a character. You mean like which character is like the main central star of the show then, I'm guessing. But yeah. I'll see y'all soon whenever I get done with Jumba moveset next stream, if I ever get around to it. And best of wishes. Good luck, everyone, and hope you have a good summer. Even though summer's ready to end, thank God too. Peace!